You can't play with your toys. You're an adult. Ho! I'll prove you wrong. I made a 1/18th scale tactical tabletop game that you can play with your toys in your backyard. And in this video, I'm going to show you one of the games we played with my best friend, Joe.
I'm Dom, I'll be playing the Axie who are defending.
And I'm Joe, I'll be playing Joker Company that's attacking.
So the going in stakes for the game: can Joker actually do the things that we said they could do 15 years ago when we were playing without rules? The Roughnecks are what the Valen called their elite infantry. This is a mix between US Special Forces, British SAS, and a little bit of World War II OSS. And Joker is a roughneck company that Joe and I used to play with in our 15-year-long military sci-fi campaign. Equal parts moxie and mayhem, these highly efficient cowboys are an asymmetric advantage whether it's frontline fighting or deep penetration strikes. The Axie are the prime antagonists in the stories. Think futuristic Roman Empire, but without all those crucifixions. Throughout the campaign, Joker Company continuously fought against Axie units. So for this game, it was a no-brainer that we pit the two together, which resulted in a lot of death.
I'm gonna stick.
So what we're gonna do now is, we're gonna let Joe pick his objectives. So he has one that he has to take.
Yeah, the bridge. Yeah.
The bridge. It's obvious. But because the Valen command has different priorities than what I think, it's gonna be a surprise to me on what he gets to do. In order to help randomize that, we're gonna roll a D6. So we've numbered the objectives, 1 through 6, the bridge being 1. And Joe's gonna roll now to see what his objectives are, and I won't know.
I promise we'll see some stuff getting smashed and blown up. First though, we really need to take a look at what the battlefield was. The Fenris River was a major natural obstacle that split the battlefield in half.
As the defender, I'm tasked to protect the airfield. I've got my command post right there. And then I've got this unit, which is actually protecting from Valen indirect fire coming in. And then I've got a bridge, which straddles a small urban center, crossing over the river. I have my heavy ADA, which is keeping back the air power from the front. And then a forward logistics point. In the city, I've got my one heavy tank with one squad dug into the buildings and one frag squad dug into the building. Action force is 2 infantry fighting vehicles, 1 heavy squad of infantry, and 1 frag infantry squad. And I've got 2 attack low altitude aviation units. And the logistics node, I just kind of doubled down, put 2 medium tanks and 2 squads of infantry to guard it. Here I've got my recon detachment. It's made with 2 recon vehicles and some really fast motorized infantry. And my hopes are that I'll be able to deter Joe between the forest and the hill just south of the airfield here. And last, the airfield, in a pittance token defense, I've got 1 squad infantry, some multi-purpose snipers, and a infantry support vehicle. Doubting yourself? Should be doubting yourself. It's okay to capitulate this early in the game. You're thinking of your men's lives. It's noble.
After rolling for his random objectives, Joe started his mission planning. Because this is a tutorial game, we talked openly about what the plans would be, just so there's no rule confusion. In addition to the bridge, he also had to take the Axie command post and the heavy ADA. And I did not prepare for those being the 2 objectives.
Joker's gonna come
Crap.
over that bridge?
It's a rule I forgot to tell you about. I get to reshuffle where all my forces are.
Alright, so objective 1 for Joker is this command center right up this hill. But from there they can move on to the bridge, which is the only objective that was in place the entire time. So hopefully that goes quick.
What's this guy doing over here then?
What's this guy doing over here then? We got the quick reaction, and then we've got just a gun truck and an E-frame. But I'm hoping the E-frame can pop up and hit the 88 real quick. And that will help the quick reaction move onto the bridge and start fighting those forces. So we'll see. Side is going to be harder.
Yeah. I wonder what could possibly get in your way. Joe, that's the end of round 1.
Yeah.
It's been like an hour.
It has.
But a lot of it was redo the rules. Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that, reset.
yeah.
So the next one will be smoother, but a lot happened.
A lot happened.
Let's do a quick recap.
A lot of blown up.
A lot of death. This
death.
is a very lethal game. So let's do a quick recap where we're at. You decided to split your forces, and then that river was a major terrain feature that was kind of an obstacle too, right? So
My thought process was simple. The bridge was one of my objectives. I'll start on both sides of the bridge. Whichever side starts getting to the bridge fastest, you know. So on the first move, this unit, which just consists of the gun truck and the E-frame here, moved up to take my first objective, which was this, which they successfully did. But in the process, the truck got damaged, so they deployed the troops. The troops fired back at the helicopters up there, but did not hit them.
whew. I'm gonna fire a missile and try to kill that thing. 4 plus? 3 plus, 3 plus. Here we go. 3 plus. 3. Rolling for lethality. 4 plus.
1.
It's damaged, so it can't fly.
Okay.
Ground.
And I did all that work on that.
Yeah.
Second, after the helicopters attacked, we just launched right at the city here with the fast attack jeeps. And then
This shocked me.
you responded.
I did not think. I was like, they're just fast attack. They've got recoilless rifles and machine guns. I'm not worried. Came in, guns blazing.
One hit.
And I've lost basically, other than one squad and a damaged vehicle over here. Like my grenadiers got slaughtered. I've got a heavy infantry squad and 1 vehicle left.
After suffering those losses, I was very concerned about this side of the bridge. But I still had the forces at the logistics node.
Joe's worst fear. So not having anything to do in the logistical node and not worrying about anything coming back here, it was clear Joe wasn't going to the node and he was spearheading the bridge. So I moved out these defenses. So I left these little dudes. Let's hope they see some combat, but moving at 2 feet, I don't have any carriers to move them. So I pushed up my medium armor and they were actually able to do the damage that you see back here to the fast attack. Fast attack with both the medium. I'm hitting on 4 plus.
Okay.
And lethality. Make sure I'm not lying here. 4 plus. Oh, I get attack 2s. That was 1 hit. So he's gonna roll damage. And then he's gonna roll 2 hits. Dead. So damaged, dead.
Okay.
So things were looking up for me. Maybe I could dedicate that medium armor and deny Joe the far side of the bridge. Not wanting Joe's eastern force to get out of their starting point, I rushed over my deterrence platoon. In a very violent firefight, I was able to destroy one of his trucks and kill half the squad that was riding it and damage the second one. This came at a cost to both of my recon vehicles.
So next, moved out this truck and that infantry squad and this light tank, which immediately got smoked by the heavy tank up at the bridge.
My heavy tank went up in flames as the Roughnecks put a missile right into its soft rear armor. And then a surge of small arms fire took out my 2 teams.
This was...
These guys were devastating.
So this is what happens when you have an elite unit, right? Because it just looks like, well, it's 6 dudes in a truck, but they're armed with recoilless rifles, anti-tank weapons. That's a heavy tank. So just having this squad, and they're worth 20 points, to go against 8 points, and then another like 15 points, it's kind of balanced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't think that underdog, but no, I'm nervous. Nothing really excited to get about back here. These guys are just moving at 2 feet per turn. The squad support vehicle or infantry support vehicles crawling out there. So I'm hoping to employ these as a flank. My only worry is he's got another truck and some infantry over there that may be able to use the hill. So this is a really dicey gamut on this side of the bridge. I'll be able to employ these bad boys without them getting smoked, and I could sweep out whatever's on this side, turn around and go and clean up on the other side of the river too. Ooh, that's something you want to see. No, that's bad. That's not good.
In round 2, it was not as bloody as I thought it was going to be, honestly.
What?
All right,
what?
All right,
What?
What do we have first?
Yeah, so I wanted to activate my helicopters, and you had an anti-air weapon over here,
Yep.
which immediately killed one of them, and then I was able to use this one to shoot pathetically at the dudes in the bridge.
Yeah,
They fired,
survived.
missed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they fired and missed.
yeah,
They
and I
survived.
only killed one guy, and that was it. Like, very ineffective.
Took one infantry with that giant helicopter.
With machine guns and missiles, yeah, just. So then we have the fast attack here.
Right, well, so part of your helicopter unit is this response team.
Right.
And they attacked my fast attack
Yep.
troops and
Put,
decimated.
put that threat down,
Yeah.
yeah. And it really was these heavy infantry that just kind of jumped up there and.
Oh yeah, they just got. So really, this should be blown up, and these guys got shot to death by the.
Right, yeah.
After being put down like a fat kid in gym class, Joe's attack had stalled on the eastern side. This left Joker with 2 damaged trucks, 1 infantry squad, and a hobbling E-frame. Meanwhile, on the western side...
Joe, what are you doing? What happened?
I blew up that bridge.
You sure?
Yeah, I blew it up.
There's a new rule in the game.
So these guys moved forward, took the bridge with their shaped charge, blew out the bridge. This truck moved forward, but you blew that away right away.
Yeah, so I had this vehicle before I got killed up here in Overwatch, and I was able to hit, fire down and kill that thing, but not before the bridge was taken. So that was the primary objective. That was the main objective. So right now you have 2 out of 3 objectives down.
Yeah, and then these guys actually survived an attack from that thing.
That made me so
Again.
angry. So it came out and fired grenades over here, nothing. Fired down there, wounded 1 guy. I was like, that was 6 dice. All right, so that's 3 hits. I'm gonna slide that over your truck though, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide that over to that's a decoy. That's not a truck, dude. That's a cardboard cutout.
This game's not fair.
Then I had these infantrymen. They just scattered basically.
They rushed, so you had them rush behind to try and get away from what you thought.
They're going up that hill.
Yep, and they're coming here. I moved my motorized infantry back here, and they're on Overwatch, just waiting for somebody to come out into range.
And then these infantry just shifted forward.
And they rushed from the airfield down. Yeah, they're kind of getting into the fight, to be honest.
Yeah,
they're a move. Yeah, they're a move away.
Yeah,
Oh,
so we're kind of just slowly closing in on foot on the command center.
It's the infantry crawl right now. Yeah, the infantry are crawling in. So, so end of the second round, beginning of the 3rd round. The last objective that Joe has to take is the command post. So the airfield is in my control. The shield unit is in my control, and my logistics. This grass is so slippery. Is in control, but he has shown me those aren't his prime objectives. His last real objective is over here. So now it is honestly just whittling down the last few units. Like, the bridge is out, so I can't cross over it. So whatever fight's going on over here is isolated, and it's really going to come down to a few infantry squads over that command post. I'm gonna cook it up with something.
E-frames are awesome. Down but not out, the E-frame is able to fire 2 missiles and destroy my medium tanks in the rear.
We're going to see the battle effectiveness of the E-frame. So not only can it fly, this one's damaged, so it couldn't fly though, but it just smoked a tank with its missiles, and now that poor little infantry squad over there, who's done nothing to anybody really, is now going to fall victim to its chain cannon.
It's your old friend Gravity, remember me?
Oh no, no!
My motorized infantry charged out from behind the hill, hoping to cut off the roughnecks from the command post.
Back and forth was brutal. I came in there with 5, leaving with 2. He's got 3 left. Yeah.
And then it was the Roughneck's turn, and now I'm pouring one out for the motorized infantry. With the motorized infantry eliminated, the Roughneck's path was clear to the command post.
Hell, that was your last final objective, right?
That's the end.
Hi.
Now I just have to run away.
It's debatable. It's debatable.
I'm also going to take an E-frame and walk it through a bunch of
It's merely a flesh wound. I think that's game, man. All I have is like 2 more infantry squads over there.
Yeah, no, I'm going to see how much I can get.
Okay. Jerk. This is pretty much a bonus round here of just trying to mop up. Joe really wants to see if his Roughnecks Joker company can just come and finish off my last infantry here. So really, this is a game of inches and half-baked squads, just spitefully duking it out. I don't have a lot of options here. They're literally just the last 2s at the bridge. In reality, they
can't run over the bridge.
Yeah, they dig in, right, and not move anywhere. But spitefully, I'm coming out, and I'm going to try and do some damage to that squad. I sound vindictive, but this was very satisfying for me. So your last guy there was the medic, who heals himself, and then consciously objects and runs away.
Well, he's going to shoot at them first.
Is he?
Why not?
This is a good medic. So it's Joe's turn. Shot at my guys. I return fire. Killed one of his. Now it's his turn. Shoots at my guys. I return fire. So just this back and forth, which just results in a lot of dead me, to be honest. That was my last infantry over here dead.
Yeah. But now there's 2 more objectives. And they blow up your They blow up your
There's
shield
nothing
generator.
to take that out. Nothing to take that out. So the last handful of squads over here, just like not even, and none of these are full squads. Just are able to take the last objectives.
The battle was done. All the objectives had either been seized or destroyed, and what was left behind were just piles of dead and smoking vehicle wrecks. Joker Company had won, but it came at a heavy cost.
So yeah, I had a ton of fun. I think it's great.
Overall, it was great. I mean, our experiment was answered well.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it did end up being that we could recreate our elite Joker company within like the boundaries of the game. So I think, like, you know, as an experiment, wildly successful.
Yeah.
Also very fun to play.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
You have to. I mean,
I think these are the rules that I'm going to go with. I think there's a few changes we talked about
sure.
off that were like, tweak this, just rewrite that, change this.
This needs to be more understandable on the card itself.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I think
All
it's
in all,
the
great.
game going forward. Like that's it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.